have them. We are so honored that 1 Billion Rising Atlanta is working with our community, our city, and our politicians. I would like to now introduce Senator Nan Orrock, who was elected in 2006 after serving 10 terms in the House of Representatives, where she was the first woman elected as House Majority Whip. Her legislative expertise encompasses health policy, women's issues, civil rights and civil liberties, workforce issues, and the environment. She is the founder of both the Georgia Legislative Women's Caucus and the Working Families Caucus. Please put your hands together for Senator Nan Orrock.
Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. It's wonderful to be a part of this event here in Atlanta. It's powerful, it's empowering, and it makes all the difference in the world to stand with our sisters and brothers all across the globe. Break the silence. Break the silence. I so appreciate all of you who worked to make this day possible. I so appreciate those of you who've come with your organizations and your intentionality and your energy to help be a part of the change that we must make here in Atlanta, here in Georgia, across the United States, and around the globe. And we can play a very important part in that with the resources that we have, with the models of leadership that we have, and with the democracy that we have fought and fought and fought to perfect in this nation. We can be an important voice in how this Billion Rising movement happens around the world. We can learn from the incredible and heroic struggles of women who are going up against unspeakable horrors in their homelands. We must remember this is an international movement, and this has absolutely massive local implications as well. And it goes back to policy. I'm in government. Probably once a week or once a day, you're in a conversation with somebody and you might be leading it saying, I'm sick of government. I'm sick of them all. I don't know what difference they make. Let's just vote them all out. I'm not voting this year. It doesn't make a difference. They're not going to listen to us. You have to be part of the movement that gives them no choice but to listen to you. Because we need to change policies. We need to change policies. We need to be investing in women and girls. We need to be standing up for women and girls. We need to be speaking out against violence. And we need to be fighting to put women in positions of power to transform our societies here and around the globe, to truly honor and elevate all of us to the table, to bring the voices of women and girls fully into public life at every level. You say you're sick of what's going on in Washington. You're sick of Congress. I say to you, don't be a voice speaking against government. Be a voice getting women into government. Only 23% of the Georgia General Assembly up here across the street are female. When I first went in office, we were 12%. We now have 100 women in the U.S. Congress for the first time ever. We have women running for the presidency of this country. But we have a long, long, long way to go. I was brought up and schooled in the civil rights movement, the battle to make democracy real in this nation that spread around the world with the human rights global movement. I was then privileged to be a part of the massive women's liberation movement in this nation that has brought us so far. I'm one of those who embraces feminism. Don't run from it. Don't listen to Rush Limbaugh talk about the feminazis. Embrace your womanhood. Embrace feminism, which is all about women being equal. And when women are truly equal, violence against women will be stomped out. It all is a part of a seamless fabric. So be a voice for changing those who are in power till you get the people you want, till you get women in power, and till you get the policies that we desperately need. We are working on the safe harbor against the traffickers, that massive global criminal network that is reaping untold billions of dollars for criminal activity of trafficking women, trafficking children, trafficking boys, trafficking girls. We're fighting to pass a bill over here to create safe harbor for minors, but we continue to be blocked. We have to pass half a bill. We have to pass a piece of a bill. We need more of your voices in the public policy debates. And only because so many people have engaged in the battle against trafficking, there's a global movement against trafficking, there's a new level of awareness, have we been able to get as far, but it's taken us 6 years to get a piece of a bill actually moving and passing in the Senate. To be continued. Watch that, weigh in with your legislators. I'm privileged to join with women legislators around the country in a network called Women Legislator Lobby, and we work to bring the voices of women to Washington, to who's sitting in those seats now, and to replace them with women in those seats. It's going to take women and some good men who support our agenda to truly make change. I'm privileged to have worked with women from Afghanistan who sit in their parliament there. They go to their president with pictures of the young women whose throats have been slashed at the age of 14 because they refused to marry a 40 or a 50-year-old man in a forced child bride marriage. She begged and pleaded for the mullahs to speak out against this. She finds out the mullahs are being paid in US dollars through the president's office, and none of them are speaking out against it. She's fighting for change. I've met with sisters in Pakistan who serve in their parliament there. They've been told, those of them in the Liberal Party, if you run for your seat, we will kill you. They begin killing members of that party who dared to stand up and speak up for women and girls. She stands up still. She couldn't run for her seat, but she's a voice on social media all across the Middle East calling for women and girls to be protected. These battles are going on. I know sisters in the People's Republic of the Congo who are building a telecommunications network, who are training women to use social media, to step out and lift their voices on the internet across the globe. She's got the biggest internet cafes in that nation now because she came here and solicited support from women around the world. There are endless stories of the power of women changing the world. And that's the policies that we want to fight for, and that's who we want to be putting in positions of power, and to resolve that we won't stop until it looks differently. Are you sick of picking up the newspaper or flipping on your tablet every day and seeing the latest woman slain in her home? The latest child kidnapped by a mad boyfriend? Entire families wiped out because of a crazed former partner who comes to take their lives? Are you sick of police violence? You know the solution to police violence? Let's put women in blue. The statistics are there. Women in policing find ways to manage troubled people when they encounter them, short of killing them in cold blood. Women's testosterone doesn't get pumped up when they get challenged. They look for a way to solve the problems and get the situation secured and safe. The stats are there. Women at the peace tables, women in conflict regions, working for peace all around the globe, the statistics are there. When they're at the peace table, the peace that they make is more lasting, more sustaining, because they start with the interest of the family and the children and the next generations at the center. Not power grabbing and turf and money, the old familiar pattern. So in every way, when we put women at the tables of power, we change the face of the nation and the globe. I so appreciate your being with us today. I so appreciate your resolve to make a difference. And don't leave here today without being very, very clear on the actions that you're going to take. And one is to call up our U.S. senators and tell them, please, sign on to the Women, Peace, and Security Act that is right now sitting in Congress to put women in equal measure at all places in our government, in our military, and in our foreign relations, to insist that women be fully brought in to the tables of power as they make peace, as they negotiate, as they work to end war, as we work to reduce and eliminate nuclear weapons on this globe. Women are central to that. Women are central to our economic development and growth. Think of the squandered lives, the squandered talent, the squandered humanity when we allow women and girls to continue to be devastated by sexual violence, intimidation, harassment, murder, fear, all the ways in which women are held back. There's a new world coming. I'm so proud to be standing with you here today as a part of that mighty movement across this globe, resolved to go home and continue fighting and working in every way that you can, because it is people like you who can change history. And the sooner you take that in and act on that, the stronger we all will be. 1 billion rising, 1 billion rising. Break the silence, break the silence. Stand together and raise our voices. Thank you, Atlanta.